Namaste, everyone. We'll start standing. Please have your heels together, your toes slightly apart, and your hands on the low belly. Women will place their right hand down first, men the left. And then we're going to step the feet apart and begin knocking on the door of life. So this is a nice and easy, feeling good kind of move. So if you have stiffness in your back, this will help loosen some of that up. So the feet are apart, you just throw the arms kind of loosely. And the throwing of your arms will cause your spine, your torso to turn. And you just let that happen. The neck can turn, the head can turn to look over the back shoulder. That'll take the twist into the spine. And the back hand is going to tap you right there at the lower back, right around at the kidney area. And so that's an important point to tap back there. It's called the Ming Men, and it's known as the door or the gate of life. And I'm showing here, right here, just right at the small of the back. So when you're swinging, you're not just throwing the arms out hither-thither. They're landing somewhere. And one of them's landing on the gate of life, and the other one is landing on the front of the hip bone. So there's two taps, the front and the back hand, and then the swing. And the knees can be very slightly bent. They're more or less straight, and the feet stay hip distance apart. And you can do this for as long as feels good. And this pose feels great to get going in the morning, or if you've been sitting for a long time. And now we're going to just place our feet wide. We're going to slightly bend the knees, and this posture is called holding the tree. And in that posture, you're just really feeling the after effects of the previous move. And now we're going to move on to our next qigong movement, which I'm not sure the name, but I like to call it throwing the water. And so it's as if you had a large bucket in your hands, and you're throwing the water over your back shoulder. So you can see it's a full body movement. My knees bend as my arms swing down, and then they straighten as I throw the water over my back shoulder, as if you had something back there that you were cleaning with water. And the arms flow and flop very freely, and it's all with momentum and swing. And here we're going to hold the tree for a moment. Let your knees bend, let the shoulders relax, let the jaw relax. See if you can tune in to a feeling of chi or energy or vibration. Inhaling, exhale, we bring down the heavens, drawing sky energy into your body. Now we'll have the palms up. We're going to pull the fingers into the waist. We're going to internally rotate both arms. And then I'm taking my ear to the shoulder, and I'm going to nod my head up and down. So now the arm is internally rotating. So with the fingers extended, you should feel that that's stretching and twisting, not only some muscles, but also some meridians in your arm. You should feel it all the way down to your fingers. And then again, palms up, pull it into the waist, internally rotate the arms. And so the pinky finger, okay, the thumb is pressing up behind, the pinky finger is pressing down in front. And then you're going to take the head over to the other shoulder. And it should be definitely you should feel that stretch with the arms twisting inward and the head nodding or just stretching. Now we're going to take the backs of the hands together. We're rotating the arms the other way. This is external rotation. The palm is up, the pinky is forward, And now the thumb is rolling down back behind you. And again, so now we're stretching different meridians, or stretching it in a different direction. And whether you choose to do the nod or just the stretch with your head, that's totally up to you. But you can take the head over to that shoulder, and you should be able to feel that stretch going all the way down the arm. And this is great for the neck, for neck and shoulder tension. And now just holding at the low belly, just neutralizing after that possibly dramatic maneuver. Now the fingertips go on the shoulders, and we're just going to make some rotations of the whole shoulder. And I'm going backwards first, it looks like. And now I'm going to come forward. And now I'm going to roll my head in a big circle. And now you just take care to just respect what's comfortable for you. Many of us are very tight in our neck and shoulder. There might be some pain. So you just go to the edge of your comfort zone and roll there. Not pushing into anything painful, but exploring where your edge is. And if you practice regularly, that edge will expand and you will gain more range over time. But the key word is practice. And holding the tree. And this posture just allows you to feel the effects of the moving posture that we had just done. So just tune in, see how that affected your body. Inhaling, exhale, bring down the heavens. Hands to the hips, and we're going to turn the waist, the pelvis actually. So the legs stay relatively straight. And it's the pelvis that turns. It's the tailbone that drives the car. And then you go the other way. Feet together, hands onto the knees, and we're going to do some knee circles. So it's important that your feet and your legs are all the way together, as if you had your credit card between your knees. Okay, keep it there and make some circles. And now you don't have to go down far, but if you have that available, then you can experiment with how far down you can go. And you will feel your thighs starting to work. And then we're going to do the Charleston variation. We did both directions on the knee circles. And now we're doing the Charleston, in to out and out to in. Standing up and just centering with the hands on the low belly. We're going to interlace and take the arms all the way up overhead. Nice big stretch. And then keeping the fingers interlaced, we're just going to make some circles. And we keep the feet, the legs, all the way together. And if you keep your legs together and you do this, you'll feel the midline of your body start to activate. And also, you'll feel it all through your torso and, of course, through your shoulders. The elbows can bend a little bit. It's okay, but you want to aim to keep them more or less straight. standing, I'm just stretching the back of my wrists by curling my fingers down and then holding the tree. And just feeling, sensing, noticing what all those movements did on the inside. And then exhaling, bringing down the heavens 3 times. And now for this next posture, you're going to need some kind of a ledge, or I've got this lovely railing here. You could also use the back of a couch or a chair. Whatever you got that's about the right height. You could even use the seat of a chair if you want a deeper stretch. Okay, my legs are straight, my arms are straight. And I'm going to roll through, inhale. This is called upward dog. And then exhale, and this is a downward dog. So it's really a half dog. It's kind of a vertical upward dog. This pose is normally done on the floor, but if you do it standing up, it's a heck of a lot easier. And then downward dog. And I like to roll through like this. And just going back and forth as best you can. My knees stay straight and my elbows stay straight on this one. It's my spine that's doing all the curving. And then now I'm going to hold that downward dog stretch. And now I'm going to step 1 foot forward, 2 straight legs, and stretching into that front leg. So you should feel this strongly on the back of your forward leg. Take some nice long breaths. Coming up and switch. 2 straight legs, forward folding. Slow, deep breaths in and out through your nose. Trying to breathe into a rhythm as best you can. And now we're going to step 1 foot forward with a bent knee, and we're going to do this lunging variation. And you can see how far you can go, but you don't have to go that far. It's your front thigh. You want to be roughly parallel to the floor, with the foot directly under the knee. As you can see, I came up onto the toe of my back foot. My back leg is straight. So this is kind of a preparation for, in yoga, what we call the warrior. We're just prepping for it. And, it should be working your front leg. The thigh of your front leg should be working, and you should be getting a stretch in the front of the hip of the back leg. And then we'll just take that forward fold again, that half downward facing dog, and breathing smooth and rhythmic. Okay, next we're going to do one of the most important poses to increase your flexibility, and that's the squat. So we're going to do it assisted, holding onto the railing. So the feet are apart. Now what's important in this posture is to keep your heels down. So only go down so far as you can go down without your heels coming up. My toes are turned out about 45 degrees. And I lower down. As you can see, I'm using the railing to assist me. And now if you can't go down very far before your heels come up, then that's okay. That's your squat, and that you just start working there. There we go. And now we'll just take a rest. This is a nice stretch for the upper body, for the shoulders. Inhaling, we'll just bring down the heavens. Exhale. Inhale. And inhale, exhale. Holding the tree. Feeling, noticing, assimilating all that movement. And then hands to the low belly and just rest. Okay, so now I'm going to grab myself a strap, something to stretch with. It could be a tie, a cloth belt, could be a stretchy band, whatever you have lying around the house, but it needs to be long enough for if you have tight shoulders. So I'm holding it fairly wide, and I'm just going to drop that back arm. It drops and it goes slightly behind me. Now I'm sitting on my heel. I have my toes tucked. You do not have to do that. You could be even standing, or you could just kneel. But if you can tuck your toes and sit on your heels, that's great stretch for your feet. And it will increase the flexibility of your whole body. And now I'm going to take this up and over my head. So if you're stiff, you have to hold the strap quite wide. And if you can't go all the way back, no worries. Just take it up over your head. Just take it where you can go. There's no right or wrong. Good. And now we're going to do a resting pose and some supine stretches. So this is considered, this is the resting pose in yoga classes. It's called the child. So you want to kneel with your knees together. If they need to be apart, then that's fine. And then you just curl over. Now, if you're stiff, you likely won't be able to rest your head all the way down. You can use a pillow for support if you need to. But that's a really nice pose to cultivate. And then after the child, we'll lie on our back, putting our feet into the wall. And we're going to bend our legs. And we're going to take our strap and we're going to lasso one of our feet. And so this stretch is for the back of the knee of that up leg. Now here I'm showing if you're stiff, you won't be able to pull it up very far. If you're very flexible, which you probably won't be watching this video if you are, but that's just what it looks like, the final pose. For stiff people, the so-called non-working leg will be bent. You'll find that you'll get more leeway that way. And the leg that you're stretching, you want to aim to get at least at 90 degrees. It might be less than 90 degrees. There's no, like as I said, there's no right or wrong. It's just wherever your leg is. But you're aiming to be able to pull that leg in quite far eventually. And then we're going to change. And now this is a posture that can be held for a long time. If you're really practicing, you can hold that for 5 minutes, even 10 minutes. Here I'm showing what different ranges might look like. But when you're practicing, you basically just go to where your limit is, where your edge is, and you hold it there and breathe nice and smooth. You don't try to force yourself into anything uncomfortable. You just go to your edge and you hold it there and you breathe there. You feel the back of the leg opening and elongating. Now we're going to place the soles of our feet together. We let the knees fall wide and just rest here for a moment. This is Supta Baddha Konasana, which means reclining bound angle pose. And then we're going to take a twist. So you bend one leg and you just twist over. And when you're practicing, you can hold these for much longer. I'm just really showing you the sequence. That most people have these poses available. Even if they're stiff, they're able to do these poses. And if you can't, you just go into the posture to the degree that's comfortable for you. And this is Shavasana, which is known as the corpse pose. And you just let everything relax. The palms are rolled upward. And you can rest here for up to 5 to 10 minutes after a practice session. When you're coming up, you always roll to the right side so the blood goes away from the heart. And then I'm just coming to seated so I can say namaste. Thank you so much for watching.